Hello everybody, welcome back. I am slacking on the video creating. I've just been trying to relax and enjoy my children and slow down a little bit and not stress about things. So yes, you may. This is my pile of baked goods. I've been in the baking mood and we made cookies and one day I made cookies. My oven didn't want to heat up correctly. So that's what these are gluten-free cookies I made, and they got completely dry because they sat in the oven for so long. So I'm going to crumble them up and put them in the freezer and just use them for cookie crumbs for some other dessert. And then today for lunch, so this video is probably going to be a like meals that we eat video, because I cook often. That's the easiest thing for me to film. So I'm going to share that with you. But today is Tuesday, and it's beautiful outside. We need some moisture. It's 60 degrees outside, and it's December, what is it, 12th, 13th, 14th? 14th today? Yeah, 14th. So, very strange weather. Some of the kids are outside. Some of the kids are with my husband down at my in-laws' house. They went down to grind feed for animals. We're probably going to be getting some pigs here fairly soon, so they went down to grind feed for the pigs. Tomorrow we have a storm coming in. It's not really going to do anything here except for it's going to be super duper windy. So I went out this morning and just cleaned things up. I picked up a whole bag of trash outside because the puppy keeps chewing things apart, pulls all the stuffing out of things and makes a mess. So picked up trash. Now I'm working on lunch. My oven is not heating again today. I've been trying to get it to heat up for an hour now. Oh my, it's already 12:10. Okay, so anyway, been trying to get it to heat up for a little while. It's not doing it. Hour and a half is how long I've been trying. So I put my squash that I was going to roast into a pan here. And this is just some squash that we had from our garden still. And then I've got rice, and I'm making beans and sausage in this pan, and that's going to be our lunch for today. I put in this pan with the beans and sausage, it's just some frozen beans that I had cooked a while ago, and then I got out some chicken stock that I had froze a while ago from the last time I cooked chickens. I put that all in here with the sausage, and I'll probably add a little bit of some chicken bouillon flavoring. And that's going to be lunch for today. So, let me find my seasoning. Let's show you what I put in there. We've all been, well, not all of us, the kids, all of the kids have still been having a cold. It's like never ending. I think we're finally getting through to the end of it. We still have a few, they get that nasty cough at the end of a cold that just doesn't go away, or they run around and they start coughing until they like gag and throw up. It's just kind of nasty. So they've all been having that going on, and hopefully we're going to be over that before Christmas. Hasn't really slowed them down at all. It's just annoying. We have to like sit in the basement during church and just constantly telling them, cover your mouth when you cough, go wash your hands. So, okay, I just put a little bit of this seasoning, chicken flavor bouillon seasoning. Works really nice in beans and rice. So, this is what we're going to have for lunch today. So, something else I've been working on today is when I got the squash out, I have my vegetable bin over here. I started taking squash out, and one of them had turned yucky, so I had to clean that out. But I have still, darn flies, little nasty fruit flies. What's the matter? What's the matter? Grab that Kleenex right there and wipe your nose off. Right there, no, right in front of you. There's one that Mama just used on your nose. Okay. So I still have 2 zucchini left. They're getting near their end, especially this one is about done for. I didn't cook those today. And then I also have a lot of little pie squash left. They're starting to get soft, so I cooked up, see, like that guy's hard as a rock. I probably won't eat that one because it's so hard. Starting to get kind of soft, so we need to cook those probably in the next week or so. Spaghetti squash. I had a few acorn squash, which is what I put in there. There's one more acorn squash from our garden. Stick it in here. And then over here on the floor, I've got more spaghetti squash. This spaghetti squash is from our garden. I need to start using that. And then these are some butternut squash. I actually got these from the pumpkin patch because we didn't grow any this year. So that's something else I'm working on, is organizing my vegetables that we have left over so I can get them used up before they get yucky. Hello, today is Wednesday. For lunch today, we're having fried potatoes. I just chopped those up. I put some butter and a chopped onion and some seasoning salt in there. And I'm frying those, cooking them until they're done, and then I'll make them crispy on the outside. I also have some cheeseburgers cooking in here. Well, hamburgers, but people will put cheese on them. I like cheese on mine. And then I have some canned beets that baby Mister brought in the other day. He went out with Austin to the root cellar and brought in beets. Was his request. So I'm cooking those for him today. They're in the pan. Austin and I are going to have our cheeseburgers with rye bread. A little bit of rye. Stop, you're going to ruin that. You're dead wrong, Chase. And then I've got a loaf of wheat bread that the kids can use with their hamburgers if they want it. So that's what we're having for lunch today. The wind is blowing crazy outside, and you can see the windows all fogged up. The tire on my van was completely flat, so Austin's trying to get it aired up for me so we can hopefully at least get into town and get it fixed this afternoon when we go to church. But now the dog's distracted. Oh, there he goes. He's been chasing tumbleweeds. He's chasing his toy now. But when the tumbleweeds roll through the yard, he takes off after them just as fast as he can. He thinks it's great fun. Just like the kids were doing the other day. So, I was going to video him, but he's being distracted. Oh, must be a tumbleweed over here. Oh, it's the other dog. She ran out there with him. All right, today is Friday, so that means we are having pizza for lunch. I have a little helper. She's eating pepperonis.
So good.
I've got in this bowl, this is Easy E bread. I will link the recipe below. I don't know if I've talked about this. I know I tried to make a video about it and my camera quit working, so you get to see it today. This has been sitting in my fridge since last Friday, so it is a true sourdough. And I'm going to use this to make our dough, or pizza dough, or pizza crust today for our pizza. And then I'm going to whip up some more of this and put it back in the fridge for next week. So I'll show you how I do that, but let me get this rolled out first so we can get our pizza made because it's almost 12 o'clock here. All right, this is my recipe for the Easy E bread. I usually do just one of these, but I'm actually, hey baby girl, I'm actually going to do 1.5 because I'm only getting one pizza when I do one loaf. And this is a big pizza, but it's gone in one meal. And when I cook, I like to have extras for leftovers and for my husband to take to work. So I'm going to do 1.5 times my recipe today. So I'm going to start with 4.5 cups of warm water. And while my water is getting warm, I'm going to get my flour grinding. I'll need 9 cups of flour. And you could use whatever kind of flour. I used to make this with just regular white flour, and now I use the whole wheat, fresh ground flour, but you could use whole wheat store-bought flour or regular all-purpose flour, whatever you want to use for it. Let me get my water first. Alright, so the nice thing about this recipe, go ahead and put the pineapples on one side, is that you don't have to wash your bowl. The bowl is still dirty. I mean, eventually you'll want to once it's like all crusty and stuff. But can I use that really quick? You can just empty your bowl out and then remake it in the same bowl. So I've got 4.5 cups of water. And I'm going to get my flour grinding real quick. Okay, in my bowl with my water, I also added about 2.25 tablespoons each of yeast and salt. And now I've got my flour, and I'm just going to dump this whole thing in there because I know it's the amount I need, and mix it up with my hands. Right now. Don't touch it, okay? You guys need to remind me next week, and we'll make shrimpies next week.
What's that? That looks nasty.
Okay, so my dough is pretty soft, but that's okay because I'm going to leave it sit in the fridge for the whole week, and a lot of that moisture will be absorbed by the flour. So all I'm going to do is put my lid on here, and you don't have to mix it super good. You can have even some chunks left in there and stuff. But I'm going to just put the lid on this and stick it in the refrigerator, and it will sit until next week, and then I'll roll it out just like I did today for pizza and do it all over again. So the first time I made this, after not making it for a while, I forgot how big of a container I needed to have, and I put it in the fridge, and it went all over the place because it grew out of my container. So make sure if you make this, you put it in a container big enough that has space to grow. Otherwise you'll have a big mess everywhere. But it does grow and rise, and then it will sink back down, and then it just sits in there for the whole week, so it gets nice and sour.
Baby, don't mess with him. Baby, don't mess with him. Look at this silly dog.